fair enough. But he's also getting votes from the Dem side. So are you handing it to Hillary Clinton if you continue attacking Trump?
No, you're not handing it to Clinton. Clinton is a flawed candidate. The Democrats are voting in our primaries because they want a flawed candidate to run against. And there is no bigger flawed candidate than Donald Trump.
Okay.
His character, his business practices, he's not a conservative. They would just love to run against Donald Trump because that will cover up the fact that they have a flawed candidate.
Where were you 3 months ago? Where was Mitt Romney 3 months ago? I mean, everything you're saying.
Where was I?
Yeah, yes, exactly, because you're very adamant about this, Congressman. But I'm just wondering if all of this is too little, too late. I mean, Mitt Romney made important points yesterday.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
That's just ridiculous. I called for a convention in September. I've been talking about Donald Trump ever since he got into the race. Because you haven't been listening to me, I guess you don't understand that. But the conservatives have been meeting for a year concerned about Donald Trump. And they came out in October unified against Donald Trump. That was never reported.
I guess I just feel like Marco Rubio just started to fight back last couple of weeks. And I'm wondering if... No?
It's the media won't report what's really happening on the ground. That's what's happening here. They will not investigate Donald Trump. Yeah. When have you seen a story written about Donald Trump's sleazy business practices? There's plenty of stories out there about that. The media is protecting Donald Trump either because they want him to be the nominee against Hillary Clinton or they're big buddies of his. Most of the media comes from New York and they're buddies.
The Wall Street Journal editorial page has been all over this, Congressman. But in terms of not listening, will you admit that you guys didn't listen to at least part of the Republican Party and the conservatives over the last? It's literally been 30 years.
Who's you guys? I've been screaming about the lack of leadership for the last 4 years in the House and the Senate. I've been screaming about the fact that we're in this mess because of the Republicans in the House and the Senate not standing up and fighting for what the people sent them there to fight for.
It's not 4 years, it's 30 for some people. They're mad because of the way that they were ignored for decades.
Oh, come on now. Balancing the budget they're mad about. Welfare reform they're mad about. Paying down on the debt they're mad about. That was all happening in the Republican majority.
Take a trip through the South and look at the towns that have no jobs, that the factories are gone, and that's why they like Trump.
Yeah, and I would also push back on this criticism of the media. I mean, when you look at the debates, first of all, the debate moderators last night, the media, were incredibly prepared, and they pushed back a lot when he did not answer questions. Even in my debate on the Fox Business Network with Neil Cavuto, we asked about debt and deficits. We asked specific questions about jobs. The media has been there. It's the people who really don't necessarily want the specifics on this stuff. They are going with Trump.
35% are going with Trump. 35%. There's 65% that aren't going with Trump, and the media refuses to speak up and talk to the 65% that are not voting for Trump.
But I think the concern has been here that, you know, yesterday was probably one of the biggest days that we saw the conservative, the GOP party come out, Mitt Romney, really getting aggressive, not being so conservative, but getting aggressive and coming out swinging hard.
Yeah.
And is it a little too late?
They didn't take him seriously initially.
Exactly.
You know, this whole mantra of little too late, this is politics. We've done 15 states, and there's 35 states to go. This isn't a little too late. Yes, they should have done it earlier. They should have defined Trump earlier. I totally agree with that. But would you stop and let the American people know who Donald Trump is just because it may be a little too late? No, this is the process. This is what we are. This is why we have primaries.
No, it's funny that you blame the media. I mean, you look at the headlines. The media has been attacking Trump over and over again as well. Yeah, you're right. He's on a lot of TV shows, but I mean, look at the headlines in some of the newspapers. They're totally pointing out things that you're pointing out. So come on.
Look at the backlash over the Romney speech yesterday. Even Fox News, everybody on Fox News is trashing Romney coming out and speaking the truth. And frankly, the debate last night proved him to be true. Proved everything he said was true.
Yeah.
Everybody in the media is just trashing Romney because he came out as an American, as a leader of the Republican Party, and spoke the truth.